Hi besties! It's October. September was so short. And I don't know, I'm just happy it's October. I love October. It's probably my favorite month of the year. And I thrive in this month. I'm wearing sweater. It's sweater season. It's a bit warmer today. Ew. But yeah. Also keep wearing sweaters. I love sweaters. I'm so happy that I'm wearing a sweater. This is just so good. Today I am gonna talk about my favorites in September. As the title of the video says, I'm gonna say my favorite book. I've read 5 books this month. Yes, I did. I watched 6 movies, and a few of them were actually from my fall watch list that we made together in the other video. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it right now. Many of you loved that video. Thank you so much. Dead Poets Society, first movie I watched, first movie on my fall watch list. Practical Magic, I watched Pride and Prejudice for the millionth time. Officer Black Belt, it has nothing to do with fall vibes nor my fall watch list. It was just a new movie. It's a Korean movie and Kim Woo-bin acted in it, so I watched it. Hocus Pocus and Hijack 1971. The last movie was also a painful movie and had nothing to do with fall vibes or my fall watch list, but I don't know, why did I watch it? Oh yeah, I watched it with my husband and sister. We were looking for a movie to watch and we just clicked on this one really randomly, but it was a really good movie and it was based on reality. So yes, my favorite movie that I watched this month. I'm not including Pride and Prejudice because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Oh, I also watched Harry Potter. I did. I'm not including these because these are my like ultimate favorites. Among the other movies, my favorite one was Dead Poets Society, the first movie I watched this month. It was such a shame that I hadn't watched it before. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking not watching this masterpiece, but I mean, I really loved it. It was so good, and that was my favorite movie. Yeah, Dead Poets Society, my favorite movie of September. Among the books I read 5 books this month. I read The Cruel Prince. No, I didn't read Cruel Prince in September. Like, I read it in August mostly, but I finished it in September, so I'm including that as well. I read another book, The Sad Ghost Club. It's a comic book. It was really cute and fun, and I loved it, really. I read The Raven King, last book of the Raven Cycle. I also read, it was a reread, Twilight, the first book, as an audiobook, and I also read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm also not going to include this in the list because Harry Potter is my ultimate favorite in everything. It's just my favorite thing in the world, you know? So I'm not going to include this in this list. I'm not, because if I'm going to include that, that would be my favorite book of the month. But I'm not going to do that because it wouldn't be fair to the other books I read, because I really want to rank them. Not rank them, I want to pick a favorite amongst them. And I guess, I mean, I really did love The Cruel Prince, but not as much as I loved The Raven King. It was just absolutely good. It was great. It was just perfect. It was really good. The ending was perfect. I think the author did a really great job. How the story ended, how like everything just fell into its place in its own way. But it was just, I loved this. I really didn't think I would love them this much when I started them. When I started reading The Raven Boys. I just chose it so randomly. I'm sorry. What was I talking about? I chose my favorite book. Yeah, I chose The Raven King as my favorite book of September. I don't have the physical book, but I'm going to buy all 4 books, physical books, because I really need to annotate in them. I just loved the whole series, the whole books. Yeah, that was my favorite, The Raven King, my favorite book of September. About songs, my favorite song of this month. Okay, I think I'm going to be biased in it a bit. I actually did like got my Spotify Receiptify. Is that how you call that? Receiptify? I think it's called Receiptify. I think. So I actually got this to like be fair. This is my Receiptify, my first song. I'm just a fangirl. It was Yeonjun's Gum. Yeah, the second song is also from Yeonjun. Yeonjun's 2 solo songs that came out. The first was Gum, the second is Boyfriend. I loved these 2 songs so much, and I just kept listening to it. That's just inevitable. So I just think I'm not gonna include them because that was really not a mood in September. Like, I get into this cozy, a bit gloomy, spooky mood in autumn, and those 2 songs had nothing to do with that vibe. So those 2 songs were my most listened songs in September. That's the reality. But like, I have a playlist on Spotify that I mostly listen to that. I do like listen to this playlist all the time in autumn and fall. 'Tis the Time Season, that's my playlist. My most listened song in that playlist, and the third song actually on my Receiptify, is My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys from Taylor Swift. I did listen to this song a lot. If I'm going to be realistic, like pick the favorite based on what I mostly listened to, it was Yeonjun's Gum. But if I'm going to pick the favorite according to that cozy autumnal gloomy vibe, then my favorite was My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Yeah, that was it. I gave you 2 favorite songs for this month. Piece of clothing, my favorite piece of clothing. So sorry. Yeah, so as my favorite piece of clothing in September, it was vests. I was in love. I am in love with vests, but I did wear them a lot this month. They are like perfect for autumn, for that fall fashion vibe. A little bit academic, a little bit cozy. They like elevate your outfit so much that I'm just in love with vests. I was checking my phone, I was checking my photos, and I was really, oh my god, I really did wear vests too much this month. That was like a dress code for September this year for me. That was all I was gonna talk about. I could go out and pick favorite drinks, favorite food, but I tried to like focus on the things that are most important to me in my life, which are books, movies, fashion, clothing, and music, of course. So yeah, those were my favorite things. I cannot wait to have a perfect spooky gloomy October. Let it rain, please God, let it rain. I have to pick a book from my TBR list. Let's pick my first book of October together. I'm gonna read it. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick again. I'm gonna just pick the first thing and I'm going to read that first thing. Okay, I picked one. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Am I pronouncing that right? I hope I am. I don't know, am I gonna read this? Yes, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this. I don't know what the book's about, but because as you know, I never read the summary or the back of the books, so I have no idea what this book's about. I haven't read any reviews about it, so I really have no idea what's coming, but judging from its author, I think it's going to be perfect for October. I guess it has that spooky vibes. I hope it does. So yeah, let's read this book.
eat that.